Say what?
Or in the comment section. In the comment section.
Hey, what's up, beautiful people? My name is Karen Josa, and this right here is the comment section. And I have the beautiful, the sensual, the amazing Kuiyu.
Oh my goodness, that's me.
That's you.
Only.
You look fabulous, though, honestly.
Asante. Thank
Karibu,
you.
karibu.
Thank you.
Tell me, what
Yes.
inspired this look today? Najua kuna watu wameuliza maswali mengi on your way here, but what has inspired this look today? You look amazing.
It's you, really.
Me?
Yeah, we were showing up for you. You said you better look good. So,
Here we are.
yeah.
Amazing, amazing. So, in our first segment, I would like to introduce you and basically tell us here on the comment section who is Kuiyu Creatives, what does he do, and what has he been up to the last couple of days and weekends.
Yeah. Okay, so Kuiyu, because I like to teach everyone how to say my name. It's a job I
Kuiyu.
love doing. Yeah, Kuiyu.
Kuiyu.
Just like koi, and then yo.
Yo.
Exactly, Kuiyu.
All right, noted.
Yes. So, I mean, last week we just dropped my newest single. I'm very happy about it. It's called Dukamake.
Dukamake, which is a dedication
To my mommy and to myself, really. It's like, if I could put it in words, it's the assurance that I get from my grief process and journey, which has been what it is. It's been 2 years and a half now since we lost mommy. Almost 3 years in June. And it has also been such an anxious filled healing journey, such a memory filled journey, such reliving everything and having to deal with things that you're like, oh my God, today we are dealing with that. I didn't know. Okay, so now we have to deal with it. But at the end of it all, I think tapping into my inner strength, tapping into the comfort of our relationship, knowing that she got me, she still got me, was just like, you know what, Dukamake. Everything is gonna be fine. You are all right. And once I tapped into that, I realized that it's not just for me. It's something that my mom would like everyone to know and feel comforted, reassured, asserted, which are things that she even used to do when she was in this realm. So I'm like, girl, you keep doing that work.
So sweet. I mean, Dukamake, like you said, is, don't worry, everything is going to be all right. When I first listened to it, I was like, damn, this is what I've always wanted to do when I was singing.
Oh.
Simply because
Yeah.
you brought house music, Afro house,
Yes.
combined it with the local dialect, bringing together a musical form that not many Kenyans are used to. In this case, we're so used to gengeton, R&B, and da-da-da-da. But Kenyan Afro music has not been explored that much. How has it been like working with that genre?
So maybe what I'd like to say is like African music is similar across the board. We express ourselves through our spirits, and when we do that, we transform. That's why when you listen to Koyo's first album, second album, you listen to any of my performances, and then you listen to this, you get a new face, you get a new vibe, you get a new experience sonically, and also I would like to say in the dream space, it also presents differently. So Afro house music for me is timeless music, because you could really take any folk African song and it will fit right there. It will. You can dance to it. You can move to it. You can groove to it. You can relate even without, you will know this song is about peace just because it's been of how it's been presented. You'll know this one, I need to be happy. I don't know what they're saying, but oh, yeah, I feel it. And that's also, when I say African music is similar across the board, that's why we listen to Nigerian music and we're like, I don't know what that is, but I get it. Yeah.
I'll tell you, like growing up, I used to listen to Mkomboti, and I
Yes.
did not know it was beer.
Yeah.
Until I was...
Yeah, and you're like, what? That's beer?
Yeah. It was just
Yeah.
Mkomboti.
Yeah. And even that, if you take that music, Brenda Fassie's music, these are really people who have influenced us without knowing. And maybe some of us will not give them their flowers because we want to be very Western, we want to belong in this very current, trendy space. But for me, honestly, the true African heroes of music are the people who really had the opportunity to put our music, you know, our sounds, our inflections, our dialects out there, and they were unashamed. They were like, yeah, Mkomboti, and then I'm gonna throw in some English. They're just, you know, to make it work. But those are my heroes. Yeah, and they are our heroes. So for me, doing Afro house music now and bringing my Kikuyu flavor to it, bringing my messages to it, I feel like I'm home, honestly, because if you also listen to, or when you listen to my vocal performance, for myself, it was something that I always knew I could do, but I was so scared. I was always afraid. I was like, but now, what will they think? Am I crazy? Am I losing my mind? But when I sing like that, I am like nobody else. I am formless. I am incomparable. I am myself. Yeah.
Interesting. Funny you say that. Maybe briefly before we go to our second segment, I just want to know from you, why do you think Kenyan music or Kenyan artists are not yet in the world map? What is slowing us down? Because SA, Nigeria, Namibia, music is, you know, out there, and we know them, we listen to them. But here in Kenya, it's a bit, why are we failing? Is it the producer? Is it you, the artist? Is it me, the media? Or what's up? Who's to blame?
Artists are reflections of society. So everything you see here exists out there. I'm not the first to do many things, to be honest. People will say I'm the first in 1, 2, 3 things, and that's great. But we mirror what we know, what we see, what we're reading, what we're ingesting. So Kenyan music is exactly where it needs to be. That's what I honestly believe, because things have happened to our society. There are traumas we're still healing from. As artists, we're not an exception. And I mean artists as DJs and musicians, producers, you know, the whole ecosystem. We're not exempted from everything that has happened to us as a country and as a people. So when it comes to the things we sing about, if we have not reconciled and we know, oh my God, that's pain, or we haven't had people sing about pain, and all we know is about asking for help. I'll give you a good example. When I in my mtaa, it's very likely that nikipita mahali and people know me and they recognize, they're like, oh, siniacheka kitu. That's fine, that's us, you know? That helplessness, that, oh, you know, I know you, so, you know, extend a favor, is how we look at the white man. When they come, si uko na mlami.
I know.
You know? Si ufanyika kitu. So even now, we until we overcome some of those things, we know we are self-sufficient. We actually know, but the work, we're not yet there. Our backs are still, oh my God, it's too much work. You know, someone else needs to do it. Let's just get the white people to come and do the work for us, and then we can. Wanaweza tuacheka kitu. Back to the kakitu thing.
Nchi ya kitu kidogo.
Nchi ya kitu kidogo. I mean, the artists have been have always been here telling us, yo, bro, wake up, let's, and then when our people are not responding, we are resisting, our artists go back to, kwani nafanya kazi ya kupuliza gunia? Halafu now there are waves keep coming, South Africa, Namibia at some point, Nigeria, all this music. And us, we are welcomers as Kenyans. We're like, oh my God, anything that is foreign, that is shiny, I want that, I need that, because if I get that, I'm closer to whiteness, I'm closer to polish. If I move closer to the city, I'm making it in life.
True.
If I live in the city, I'm making it in life. All these lies, all these fallacies. And until we get to a place where when we see Kenyan, we're like, hiya, that's us. We love that. When we love back on the artists have so much to give us because they reflect, they mirror. So now the call for me to other artists is, of course, protect your space, be mindful about your space, because then what comes in is what is gonna go out, right? So if you, honestly, sometimes I'm really tired of love music, because I'm like,
why?
This is me, this is just where I'm at now, right? It's beautiful, love is a beautiful thing. If it has happened to you, great. If you have it, great. I know everyone has it, but you get what I mean, the romantic love, yeah? I feel like at some point that music was just dumbing us down. As artists, there was nothing else that was coming out. And this is also the story of Dukamake. Because for me, I was like, I want to sing about other things. My life right now does not feel like a lovely, romantic place. And I'm not going to force myself to sing about these things because I'm not in that space.
Yeah.
I'm in a grieving space. I just lost the love of my life, my mom. So what else is there to sing about? Let's dig, So my environment gave you the song. The song is a product of my life. And I also encourage artists to really document their lives through the music they make. All our creations are really coming from our life. Yeah, document your life through the works that you create. Let it be a work of not just art, but your life. So that when when we're like, oh, we're tuning into Kuiyu, so what has Kuiyu been up to? And then Kuiyu will tell you and reveal to you all the experiences, different experiences. If you just think about a day, you go through so many different emotions and situations. And the beauty about an artist is sometimes we're able to draw patterns. And be like, oh, this has been happening now for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
This has come back to me. It's a cycle. Oh my God. Okay, how do I now solve this? So when they do that work on themselves and they are able to transmute and get out of certain spaces or elevate and move on, not necessarily because they were bad for them, but just because those were the spaces, those were just lower spaces for them, and they needed to call themselves higher. So when that happens, it becomes a gift. They're able to package that into our clothing, into music. And I feel like every time you meet an artist, ask them, so why did you make this? The why. Yeah, it's a beautiful consciousness to be in, to sit in, to walk in. It's powerful. And so our Kenyan music can be powerful, but we have to do so much work. It is powerful, but our audiences need to meet us, and we need to meet them at a very harmonious space where we're actually having conversations, and I love that that's already happening.
Yeah.
So when you look at, for example, I'll give a good example. I think Bien, and I think just top of my head, I really like how he converses with his audience. You can tell that he's unashamed. He is sharing his thoughts and his experiences. And the people love him for that.
For sure.
So we need a million Biens. Unfortunately, our population is very small. So again, comparing us to other markets is a little unfair because we are very unique. We need to just appreciate that Kenyan music is where it's at because we're in a unique space. We're not going to be Nigeria. We'll never be Nigeria. the numbers alone are different. The game is different, but the talent is incomparable, you know? If you even, I mean, I can sort of, from what I've seen, we have live performers, more live performers in Nairobi alone than I've seen exported from Nigeria, right? Maybe that's just like the game, the industry game, like who gets the spotlight and all that. But there's a lot that's, people have to also seek the talent.
For sure.
Yeah.
I agree with you. You know, Kenyans tend to consume a lot. We tend to import a lot of things, from clothes, shoes, food, and now music. Anyway, guys, we are going to our second segment. But before we go to our second segment, I'd like to know from you, never have I ever...
Never have I ever. Let me see, which one can I share? There's so many things I've not done. Damn. Oh, never have I ever spent a night in jail.
That's so easy, Kuiyu.
That's perfect. I mean, that's me. People have spent nights in jail, so I'm an exception. I'm a good citizen.
Every time people talk about jail, I remember my friend who was once arrested for loitering at night. You know, in Thika, it's a crime. Yeah. Like you can't be in town, in Thika town, walking around past
security
11 p.m. or something.
Okay.
But when she explained to me, this is for Zinzi, when she explained to me her experience at her house, she saw the jail gates close.
My life.
I know, it finally hit her like, damn, I'm in jail.
I'm in jail, darling.
Anyway, never have I ever been in jail also.
Great. Okay, mutual.
Yeah, but never have I ever traveled outside Africa. But I want to. I want to so badly. Anyway, that's it for our first segment. Our second segment. Drum roll. No, first, before we head over to our second segment,
let's
kindly
rewind.
tell people where they can find you on your Instagram, Facebook, and the rest.
So if you like my voice, you have to follow Kuiyu Creates. If you like my style, you have to follow Liquid Lemon without the O. So LIQUIDLEMN.
This.
Mostly this, yeah. Mostly this.
And what do you guys deal in? There's kimonos and what else?
So we have kimonos, very fashionable, flowy, breathable, casual.
100% Kenyan.
100% Kenyan.
You know what I mean?
You know, we do our best to really talk that, walk the talk, yeah. So we also have bomber jackets, all weather, all weather. We also do very short shorts. If you're that kind of girl,
that kind of girl. Like my second home is in Kilifi. You know what I mean?
You know, so you're in our kind of demographic.
But I'm gonna order something from you as soon as possible.
We want to see you in the next episode in something Liquid Lemon.
For sure.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, for sure.